The theme of this season is misconceptions in sports, and I am here to expose them all. This topic here is it's tough, man. It's tough. I know it's a lot of people that feel a certain type of way about this topic, and I'm here to bring objectivity. I talk to people, I listen to podcasts, I read books. I've got information from objective sources, and I'm here to give you what they had to say. The title of this video, as you can see, is Why Black Athletes Marry White Women. It is a very, very controversial topic in the black community. Statistics show that 88% of black men that are married to black women, and 83% of black men that are married and make $100,000 or more are married to black women. But for those people that want to know about the 17 and 12%, we're going to talk about it. From my research, from my conversation, my calculations, there should be no accusations on my name. This is objective, so don't at me with none of that. First reason is schools. Black athletes are raised up to be high-performing, 5-star, go to these big schools that are PWIs, aka predominantly white institutions, and they go on to the league. That's the route. Most people think that college is the perfect time to find a spouse. And if a black athlete is going to a predominantly white institution, then it is very likely that he will meet white women. So, if you send your kid to a predominantly white institution and they come home with Becky, don't be mad, because that's just how the numbers work. It is a high percentage chance that will happen. You raise them up, you send them to private schools, you live in the suburbs, then you send them to PWIs. I really don't know what you expect. It's just bound to happen. The kids grow up and they get comfortable in certain settings, and they take home who they take home. The second reason is very controversial, and that reason is control. A lot of black guys feel that it's hard to control black women, and you're dealing with these alpha males. They want to control their partners. Not saying that it should, not saying that's an excuse, not saying that it's good or bad, but that is something that they want, and they feel that it's easier to do with non-black women. Once again, I'm not saying this. A lot of people feel that way, and that's just how it is. They want to find someone that they control. They don't think it's going to be a black woman, and they decide to choose someone else. Money. Someone explained this to me at one point on why they decide to live their life the way they do. And they said the money had a big factor to play into it. They were looking to marry into money. They also were looking not to have to support anyone else. They wanted someone that already had their own. And if you look at the history of America, you know about slavery, and you know about the lack of opportunity black people had in the country to gain as much wealth as white people did. So that created a wealth gap, and on average, white people have more money than black people in this country. On average. That's how they see it. Not saying it's right or wrong, but hey, that's the reason they give me. And with the money component, they feel that there's less expectations. They don't have to do as much for their spouse. They're in a more even footing, I guess, in a relationship. I don't know. It plays a role, and some people, that's how they live. This third point is pretty self-explanatory. Just by sheer numbers, the quantity, that plays a big role in why it happens that way sometimes. Even though, like I said before, it's only 13 to 17%. The fact that, black people are a minority, there's less to choose from, especially when you elevate yourself to that, that next tax bracket, your choices get even slimmer. It's just a lower quantity of choices by sheer numbers alone, not saying good choice or bad choice, it's a lot more white women than black women. So by numbers alone, it sometimes works out that way. Now, this last reason is the reason why a lot of you came to this video, because you think this is the only reason. And that is self-hate. Yes, there are some people out there that really hate the color of their skin. They hate it. They hate all the connotation that go with being a black person, the stereotypes or whatever. They hate being called black or being referred to by the N-word by, anybody, whether black or white or anything. They just hate anything that goes with being black. They just really don't like themselves. I don't know, it's from childhood abuse or media and TV. I have no idea where that comes from, but some people genuinely hate themselves, and they want to separate themselves from the fact that they're black, and they want to choose someone that can elevate them out of that situation, I guess. Some people out here really don't like black people and they are black and they don't want to date black women because they hate black everything. Like, self-hate is crazy, unfortunate, but definitely plays a factor into why this happens. Man, this video was very difficult to make because I had to tread lightly. So I make sure that I don't come off as being subjective. I don't come off as offending anyone, degrading anyone, uplifting anyone, anything. I want it to be as neutral as possible. Please, please, please don't assume anything based off this video. But this is definitely a misconception in sports. Like I said at the beginning of the video, 83 to 88% of black men marry black women. But if you are really intrigued by why those that don't do what they do, I gave you some reasons right here in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you subscribe. You stay tuned for the next episode coming out next week. Like, follow us on social media, do all that, and I'll be back.